guys, we got two topics left, real quick, and let's go ahead and just run through them real quick. And I'm gonna come to you first. One take, big dog. But it says right here, Marlon Wayans. We didn't walk away from scary movie franchise. They snatched it from us, which is hella unfortunate, and I'm very frustrated about that. Again, guys, if you're watching this on the replay or the live chat, there is a link to this article down in the description box. But this article is coming to us from Black Enterprise, saying, because he was a part of Scary Movie 1 and 2. We says we didn't walk away from a franchise. They didn't want to make our deal, and they snatched it. Marlon said there was they just did. Weinstein did some really terrible rape and pillage village type of business. He stated that's just the way they did their business. So it wasn't that we ever walked away from our franchise that we created. It was taken, and us being the creatives that we are was all right, bet F you. Now watch what I create. The second one they rushed us into, and by the third one they didn't want to pay the money, so they snatched it. We found out on Christmas that they hired somebody else to do it, like a N-word, write a book about this shit. One take, big dog. I don't know if you like spoofs, my brother, or the Scary Movie franchise. I thought that was hilarious, but you can tell if you've seen the movies that they did go downhill after part 3. How are you feeling about Marlon Wayans' comments saying that they were booted out of their own franchise that they created with the Scary Movie spoof films?
I'm not honestly. I'm not surprised. I did watch the first two. I might have seen another of them. I can't remember which, because the quality definitely went down after those two. I think when anybody talk about the Scary Movie franchise, they always bring up the first two, and then I think it's one of those situations where it's weird, and it just honestly just stupid, because you look at a group of people and they making something and they making money and it's funny and everybody's loving it, but if a certain group of people don't get the credit for it, they'll destroy the whole thing. And it seems like that's pretty much what happened with Scary Movie. And obviously Weinstein's done a lot of terrible things, so this is just adding to the list of the many things that he's known for doing. But I mean, I didn't know this. I don't think a lot of people know this. I thought we just might have we've made some money, they don't want to pay us, I mean, which is technically what it is, or it's just we wanted to do something else with our career. I thought it might have been something along those lines. Never realized it feels like jealousy. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But overall, not too surprising.
I feel you. I agree. I didn't know about it either. Eman.
Yeah, so it's sad, but this is, and I hate to say this because it's easier said than done, but this is why you got to create your own stuff. This is why you be on your Tyler Perry and not have to rely on people like that. And how long has the industry always believed that actually, I take that back, because I don't know what the studio's reason is for not doing it. I thought the first two were good. I don't know why you wouldn't want to keep them on. If it's not like it was not making money, so whatever the case may be, you can't always trust your ideas with other people if you're not in control, so it sucks. But if anything, I would hope that it's just more of a lesson to be okay, we might do this one thing, this one project here or there, whatever. If we can't negotiate, maybe we take it somewhere else. But 9 times out of 10, when you sign that deal, that studio owns that IP. You can't take that IP and be all right, well, we're going to take it to, Sony instead and let them know, that's theirs. You gave away the masters, so I think hopefully it helps people like Marlon, the Wayans brothers and other folks to be okay, if we're going to do something, we got to plan ahead. We have to make sure that we own the IP. We have to make sure that we're at a studio, again, maybe a Tyler Perry Studios, maybe you working with a Will Packer, maybe you working with a certain studio that you can trust moving forward. Because unfortunately, Big Dog, I mean, sometimes they're not gonna get it. They're not gonna get our stuff. Sometimes they're not gonna see things the way that we see things. So you can't trust all of them like that, especially when it comes to money, because they might think you're expendable. They might think, oh, we could just get somebody else that's black and funny and they can just do it right. Like that's we're expendable, like that. So unfortunately, go do your own, create your own, and or at least work with people that you trust, or get them contracts together. Where them entertainment lawyers at? Like, y'all gotta have that in ink or something.
Yeah.
Man, real quick, Barry. I think this resulted in Marlon Wayans going to do his own thing, because remember when he put out I want to say it's called 100 Highs, and he funded it himself with, I think it was the budget was 1 or 2 million, and the movie ended up making 32 million.
That's
then
profit.
He had 100 Highs 2. He had the other film on Netflix where he wake up in the elevator naked, it's a time loop. I think he learned from this to where okay, I'm just gonna start doing my own stuff. I've seen a couple other people do it. I know Mike Epps did it with Meet the Blacks, and they got Meet the Blacks 2 coming out. A couple other people have done it. Yeah, it was. It was terrible. But I think you see a lot of people well, you know what? I just take me a couple $1 million and bet on myself. That's one of the things I really liked about Marlon Wayans when he did that, though.
Right on.
That's a good
And last quote in here, he said he also added, "You can take that. We probably should sue for hundreds of millions of dollars because they probably owe us a shitload of money, and maybe we will one day. I hope so. But that we didn't walk away from our franchise. Them N-words took it." It's funny he's saying that, and I know he's not talking about black people or whatever. But that's unfortunate. Well, I would get the comments from the living legend Larry. And he said he's gonna give it one more try, and so he may pop in here for a quick second. But I've seen, I think, all of the scary movies. The first one, that time I can't remember the other movie, but the first scary movie I saw in theaters in high school, and I haven't laughed that hard in a theater in my entire life. I was literally on the floor crying, wheezing, just laughing out loud my ass off. Y'all seen the movie where he ejaculated and shot the girl up on the roof, on the ceiling, bro. Bro, I was literally on the floor in the movie theater laughing it was just so funny to me. And so I love those. Part two was funny too. They had the same thing in there. It was hilarious. Larry, how you feeling about this, man? Marlon Wayans speaking about how the scary movie franchise was snatched from them and because the studio didn't want to pay them any money.
Man, I'll be honest with you. I was a little surprised by it. I mean, I shouldn't say I'm surprised by it. I'm just more disappointed than I normally would have been with this, because their family is one of those rare Hollywood black families where we got to see some of the nepotism that goes on with white families. We got to see that happen with our folks a little bit, and we got to see stuff that was made for us, that made us laugh, and to have that taken away is a bit disheartening. But also at the same time, it's a little disheartening because these are not inexperienced people in the game. They have been there for a long, long time. And to fall victim to this, I would say at the early part of your career is wholly understandable. But to fall victim to this after you've been in the game for decades,
good point.
It's just, man, I have a hard time with that. And I get that you're creatives, but at some point you come in there as a creative and you get your foot in the door as a creative. But then after you've been in there for decades, you should have built an entire team of other professionals around you to protect your interests. So this should have never have happened.
And you're a black creative too. You're a black creative. So you already know that you're going to have even more hurdles compared to your counterparts and stuff. So, yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.